Hey guys, Lost here, and I'm going to review my top 5 picks for the mods of the month for Attila Total War. Hope you guys enjoy. Starting off at number 5, we have Realistic Battle Pack made by Little Loyal, and it is actually a combination of a couple of his other mods that enhances the gameplay overall. Some of the features you will see is that the archers will shoot over enemy lines, as well as cavalry changes. There'll be a little more loose formations. The cavalry will be faster, and when the cavalry charges, it will be a little more bloody, and when the cavalry actually charges other cavalry, they will run straight through rather than just stop. So here is an example right here without the mod. When the cavalry hit each other, they're just going to stop. There's not much to it. They just kind of, they stop in place, and it's not as high-powered kind of forward momentum as you might expect with the cavalry charge. Here's another example. As you'll see, once the cavalry comes in contact with another group of horses, they will stop in place, and the battle just kind of stagnates. Now, coming up here is another, basically the same thing, except with the mod on, and you will see that once the cavalry comes in contact, they will continue to run through, and it is more high-powered, as you'll be able to see. If you did notice, the cavalry was coming in a little faster, and the horses actually ran out past the formations and onto the other sides, and then they came back and re-entered the battle. So there was kind of a jumble of horses rather than just two stale walls of soldiers hitting each other. Here are some other pictures representing what the mod actually does. There's without the mod, and then there's some more cavalry charges as well. You'll also see that the arrows will be fired over rather than just kind of straight at, so it'll be easier to hit enemy targets if you have to fire over your friendly guys or over a wall or some type of obstacle. Now, by all means, the combat in Attila Total War has never been bad, but I've always found myself downloading other mods kind of to enhance the experience, make it more realistic, and this mod does a great job doing that with all the tweaks and all the things that it does, so I hope you guys go out and download this mod because I do like it. Now, maybe it was just me, but I feel like I was talking about 1,000 miles an hour on that last mod review, so I'm going to hopefully relax. Now, up at number 4, we have a mod called the Roman Marching Camp. The map description reads, "It is a 3 versus 2 land battle. It is a Roman fort near a barbarian town in a forest somewhere near Gaul. The camp is ringed with stakes, and it only has 4 entrances for anybody to get into, and you cannot place archers around the edges necessarily, but you can obviously keep soldiers inside, and it is very well defended. There is at least one capture point in the fort itself, as well as one next to or inside the town that is just outside of the camp's defenses. There's also a little encampment where you can put soldiers on the outside as kind of a secondary or a first line of defense outside of the fort itself. This is a fairly new mod, and it has been getting updates regularly, so it's not quite done. There will probably be more stuff added or some tweaks later added by the creator. It's a pretty neat mod, though, however. I've seen other fort mods similar to this, but I do like the setting that it's in, and it looks really good. I really like it. It's a fun little thing to play if you just want to kill some time. Total War is great for that kind of thing. I would love to really dig into all of these mods and just showcase all of them all in one video, but that would just take way too long. So unfortunately, I will just get to show bits and pieces like I normally do with mod reviews and just kind of give you as much information as I can about it in the short time that I have. At number 3, we have the Romani Unit Pack. The Romani Unit Pack adds in 78 unique new Roman units that are made basically for the Radius Total War mods. You'll see there is a picture here of the Belisarius army, as well as the Western Roman Empire and the Eastern Roman Empire. The amount of new content in this mod alone is fairly staggering. The whole 78 units that they added in are all different. They are all unique, to their faction, to their class. They are not really anything like the other units that are in the game already. I'm hoping to give you a fairly decent look here at what this mod entails. I pitted the Western Roman Empire as well as the Eastern Roman Empire against each other, all with only the new units so that you can get to see what they all have. Not only do they come with all foot infantry, but they also come with archers as well as new cavalry. The amount of color and detail that has been put into these units are absolutely beautiful, and I love seeing all the different colors that kind of stand out that don't usually come with all of the other normal units. The developer, or developers I should say, did a fantastic job creating this mod. They said they took inspiration from a lot of other historical units, and they put so much effort into this from what I've read, and it looks fantastic. So I don't really have a bunch to say. I'm just going to show off really quick some of what these units look like in battle. Alright, so we are now at number 2, and this is actually a faction mod that's been out for a while now, and that is the Divine Roman Empire. It converts the Eastern Roman Empire in the campaign to the Divine Roman Empire. In total, it adds 67 new units, as well as banners, officers, general, and offices, everything that comes with a new campaign and an entirely functional working faction. There are also 5 new categories of units such as garrison, men-at-arms, sergeants, knights, and divine. Not just your standard spearmen or swordsmen. Obviously, they do have spears and swords, but you know what I mean. A lot of textures and models from the mod comes actually from the Medieval Kingdoms 1212 AD mod, and you can definitely tell it is a more medieval era setting for a faction, not, the old Dark Ages that the Grand Campaign is originally set in. Every unit in the faction is unique, and there is a large amount of cavalry as well as, land units, archer units, crossbowmen, everything like that, and it looks fantastic. I mean, there's some incredibly unique things that kind of come with this Crusade era setting. You've got like your archangels, there's sergeants, there's men-at-arms, all types of medieval things that bring so much life and something that is really outside of just the standard vanilla game. So I mean, if crusading is your thing and you want to really try out a brand new kind of faction, or just kind of a brand new anything in Total War for that matter, I would definitely recommend this mod. I have never really seen a more put together faction mod in this way anyway, and it is really cool. Unless you download the 1212 AD, the medieval mod, this is probably the next step if you want to find something like that. So we are at number 1. Have you ever wondered what it would be like if you finally conquered most of Europe with Rome? Well, here's a mod where you can start the game as if the Roman Empire never split up. That's right, this is the United Roman Empire. You will control everything from the northern tips of Africa all the way up through Britain and down through the Middle East. So all of the area that the Eastern and Western Roman Empire would cover in the game, you now have total control of from day one. Now, of course, it's not as simple as just that. It comes with a bunch of different tweaks to balance it out, because you're going to control a gigantic part of the map simply right away. It has a new recruitment system allowing for both Roman factions to be recruited. There's also a reworked political system with a new faction leader as well. There is a reworked religion and faction traits, and the Gothic and Barbarian factions have strengthened armies because, you control most of the world, so most of the world is kind of going to be on your doorstep essentially. There are also some tech differences with your faction and the other ones, so it completely changes how you will play the game from the start if you choose to be the Romans, or if you choose to be anybody else for that matter. So with that, guys, we're getting to the end here. I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Follow us on Twitch. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys later.